back with the co-op, and this thing's going to be on fire, right? It's going to be awesome. So hey, look to your neighbor and say, you look sweaty. Give him a little high five. I know it's a little toasty in here, right? Check your neighbor's armpits, see if they put some deodorant on, baby. All right. So listen, hey, so I'm going to be talking tonight about one of the products that that our industry. Listen, I want you to understand something. I have zero faith in our industry, right? Zero. I have 100% faith in our company. Right? Zero faith in our industry. Listen, our industry is corrupt. They rip people off. They're stealing from people. And one of the ways they do this is through a product called Universal Life. And I'm going to talk to you tonight about how you can crush a universal life policy. Now, what is a universal life policy? A universal life policy is whole life with lipstick on it. It's the pig. Right? It's a whole life policy with some lipstick on it, and it's made to be more deceiving. That's all it is, folks. It's just whole life dressed up with a bunch of crap so people can't understand it. If there's a whole life agent here or universal, I'm sorry. I'm just going to apologize. You're not going to like me at the end of this. I did something here. Okay. All right. So promises. Listen. If it sounds too good to be true, what? It is. Right. Okay. Complex products and universal life. I have one right over here. This is a universal life policy. This thing weighs like 7 pounds. Okay. There's like 6 illustrations. This is one of my clients. Okay. $900 a month for this product. I can do a $1 million policy, same policy, for $1,200 a year. Okay, with Primerica, all right? So I'd love to really spend some time showing you what's in that thing, but you would like vomit, okay? So listen, it's very complicated. The guy who bought this was really educated. He's super high. He's a business executive. He doesn't have any idea how that sucker works, and neither does his agent, by the way. Expensive products provide an air of sophistication that bedazzles consumers, making them feel they are better than financial commoners. Right? Listen, complex products are sold to rich people because they feel like they're better than everybody. But listen, they're just getting ripped off with more zeros behind it. Okay? So listen, so here's what they guarantee. Guaranteed life insurance, typically to the age of 121. I need you guys to move forward here. Tax-deferred investment growth and tax-free access to earnings. Listen, I want to just tell you something right now. That is a lie. Okay? All they're doing is borrowing their own money. If they really want their money out, it's a taxable event. I'm going to show you. I used to be a tax guy, by the way. Right? I used to work at Ernst & Young. I was a senior manager. I did international tax. I know the code. I'm looking forward. I hope I get a chance to meet this agent. I have some questions for her. Receipt of both the insurance and the investment. Look, you can have both. Right? That's what they teach. But here's the thing. They can't handle the truth, right? So listen, they always give illustrations that are linear in their growth. They never perform like that. It never happens that way. That's only in fantasy land. When I was in accounting school, we called that the ivory tower. It doesn't happen that way in real life, right? Okay, fees, and more fees. That policy I just told you, every time that guy makes a premium payment, he's got to pay 6%. His premium charges alone are $630 a year, just for the privilege of giving his money away to the company, right? The cost of insurance is what? In a universal life policy, it's guaranteed to what? Increase every year. Every year, not like whole life. Whole life, the policy, the payments are level. But inside the policy, they don't see it happening, and after a while, it starts to erode away their investment, okay? The policy owner assumes the risk over time. Now listen, you've got to understand this about all permanent life insurance. The insurance company is slowly transferring the risk of loss to the customer. Okay, now watch what I mean by this. And you almost never get both. You got to know the difference between option 1 and option 2. Option 1 is if you pass away, and this guy had option 1, he did not know it. If you pass away and you have option 1, the investment account goes to the company. Now, if you want option 2, you're going to pay about 3 times as much as $900 a month. I know, it's a bargain. Only 27. So look at this chart here. So at the beginning, the life insurance company's taking all the risk, right? As the cash account grows, what happens? They're slowly transferring the risk to the customer. Because when the customer passes away, the customer does not get their investment. Now listen, they're told, listen, you can take that money out, it's tax-free. Listen, if you die, it's 100% tax. Because all your investment goes back to the company. Right? You guys understanding this? This is a ripoff. Okay, this is a ripoff that's made to be sophisticated, okay? The tax-free feature is a deception. Now, I just want to let you know, I am a tax nerd. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm like a dork. I get it. I like to read the Internal Revenue Code. I know it's weird. It's weird. I get it. It's okay. They have... But listen, nothing says sexy like the Internal Revenue Code, baby. Okay, I gotta move on here. Listen, I want you guys to take a picture of this slide. Take a picture of this slide. Because Internal Revenue section, this is what the UL people tell you. They say, Section 7702, it's tax-free. No, it's not. All Section 7702 of the Internal Revenue Code does is this. It lets you borrow your own money without a taxable event. That's it. Listen, if you take a loan from the bank, do they tax you on it? No. If you use a credit card, do they tax you on it? No. This is no different than that. And the collateral is not your house or your ability to pay. The collateral is the investment. If you die, they take your investment away to pay your loan back. Okay, that's it. Section 72 tells you that if they cancel the policy, that is a taxable event. Okay, and if you really want to blow the agent away, just ask them about Revenue Ruling 2009-13. They won't know, their jaw will hit the table, I promise. And listen, the worst thing about this, if you bought term and invested the difference, if you have capital gain at the end, it gets taxed at a more favorable rate. If you have a gain that comes out of a life insurance policy, it gets taxed as ordinary income. It's much higher rate. Okay, no one cares about that. I'm going to pass these 2 slides. We're not going to have time for those. Just go past those. Oops. All right. So listen, here's the worst thing about universal life. The policy, even though it's supposed to be guaranteed to 121, it can and almost all the time will cancel if they have it long enough. Because the premiums are getting more expensive and they eventually will run out of cash and they'll get a huge bill. My dad owned an insurance agency. He sold himself a universal life policy. When he was 70.5 years old, he had a stroke, almost 71, he had a stroke. 2 years later, his life insurance policy canceled. And my mom got nothing when he died at 81. Okay? Because he didn't even know the product that he sold himself. Most agents don't even know how universal life works. So next slide, please. So Transamerica right now is in multiple class action lawsuits for their universal life. Okay. So listen, when you sit down across from a client and they've got a UL policy, number one, just know that it's a piece of crap. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, it's a piece of junk. If anyone tells you otherwise and tries to sweet talk them, it's just not true. And if you can't figure it out, bring someone who knows what they're doing. Actually, bring me. I'd love to come. Okay, instead of cost an agent. Listen, what we do in Primerica, next slide, buy term and invest the difference, educate your clients, run from complex products, and always do what's right, which is buy term and invest the difference. God bless you guys. We'll see you at the top.